Good morning, YouTube. Arizona RE. And you know what? We're going to talk about love. That's right. Lots and lots of love. Yeah, that's right. 5 things I love about my Royal Enfield. Are you ready? And if you don't believe I love Royal Enfield, have a look at some of this.
Unlike anything, and man, it puts a big old smile on my face.
Feeling so holy, God knows I was feeling alive.
That's right. No, come on. I have sang songs about how much I love this motorcycle. And so now we're going to get into the why do I love it. Why do I love it? All right. So, out of those things, the 5 things that I love most about my Royal Enfield. That's the way I really got to put it. It can't just be 5 things I love about my Enfield. It's the 5 things I love most, because most of it is adoration and love and appreciation for this bike, its British heritage, its roots in World War II, its roots prior to World War II in Redditch, England, the spirit of the Indian people, the people of India that make these motorcycles now. All of it. I just love those stories. Everything about this bike is ultra freaking cool, man. So number 5 is going to be the bike's heritage, and I'm talking about its British heritage and design, as well as the people that currently build it, the Indian people, the resilience of those people, the spirit, the passion of those people. Over in India, this motorcycle is to them what the Harley Davidson is in the United States. They sell upwards of 500,000 bikes a year, guys. This is no small motorcycle company. Albeit here in the United States, hardly anyone knows about it. But like most things, not everything circulates around what Americans think about stuff and how Americans consume things. I realize that a majority of the world's disposable income is spent right here in the United States. So I get that and I appreciate it. However, this bike right here in India is legendary status. So its heritage, all the way back to the Fighting Flea, the Royal Enfield. This was a motorcycle that troops would parachute with, attached to a skid. They would parachute down to the ground with it, and then the bike would be so light that they'd be able to pick it up and put it over hedgerows and fences and things like that. I mean, that's awesome! And of course, you know, all motorcycle companies at the time were supporting the war effort. Obviously, Indian and Harley Davidson and Triumph, they all had their participation in the war as well. So, absolutely, an absolute nod to them. I'm not saying that participation in World War II and the history there is exclusive to Royal Enfield, but I'm just giving a nod to the heritage of my bike. That's all. So number 5 that I love about this bike, the heritage and the spirit of all the people who have ever built it. And that will lead into another one of the top 5 things that I love about this bike. So number 4, talking about the people who build this bike. You see these stripes on here? These stripes right here? They call them the Modular Stripes, right? And for the longest time in India, there were, I think it was 2 brothers and maybe a couple of others that did all of the pinstripes on Royal Enfield bikes. If you have the original tank and the original triangle toolboxes and the original pieces, embellishments of this bike, then those stripes were hand painted. There was none of this sticker, no sticker placed on the side of the tank. The Royal Enfield logo itself was stamped, but the rest of it was all hand done. And it's the most amazing thing to see. If you've not seen it, look up Royal Enfield pinstripes on YouTube, and you're going to be amazed to see the production and the way these guys did it. So I love my Modular Stripes. I love them. I love the pinstripes on this bike. You can see the brush marks in them when you get close enough. There's no way to convey it on camera because you're not going to be able to see it. But when you get close enough, you can actually see the brush stripes in the pinstripes. I mean the brush marks in the pinstripes. It's just, I don't know. To me, that is amazing. It speaks of quality. It speaks of uniqueness, and I love it. And that's the fourth thing I love most about my Royal Enfield. The third thing I love about my Royal Enfield is gonna be you guys are gonna laugh about this one, but it's gonna be the way it looks. All right, come on, I know it's superficial, right? But let's face it, if you really love your bike, chances are you really love the way it looks. That's right, you really love the way it looks. No two ways about it. No two ways about it. The classic looks, obviously, they haven't changed much in its appearance and design since 1955. Even on the current models with the UCE engine and the 5-speed transmissions, all those things, the bike still looks relatively the same. It's the styling cues are still the same, and a lot of people will. A lot of people that don't know Royal Enfields will assume that this bike is some kind of Triumph or a BSA or a Norton. So yeah, no, I love the style. I love the look of the bike. And I was into this bike and the way that they looked long before all the hipsters started getting after it. And by the way, I don't have an issue with hipsters loving motorcycles. The more people that love and enjoy motorcycles means that the greater awareness, greater sales, and things like that. I'm all for hipsters buying motorcycles. But I'm going to say I was in the game here before it became hip. Where am I at? Was that number 3? Is that number 3? I think it was number 3. Well, if it wasn't, I'm moving on, because number 2 is going to be the sound. That's right, the sound of the Royal Enfield. A 500cc single, thumping along, the thump. If you look up Royal Enfield thump on the internet, on YouTube, you are going to get so many videos. There's almost as many videos for, well, okay, you know what, I'm going out on a limb there, but I'm going to say there's almost as many videos for listening to the exhaust on a Royal Enfield as there are for Harley Davidson. Holy crap! The thump, it's just so unique. It is really unique. It's hard to describe. If you've never heard a slow pumping thumper like this, and I mean, it's similar with, right? It's similar with your dirt bikes, but your dirt bikes have a higher revving engine and usually a smaller flywheel. Oh, yes. Whereas this one is a much slower, just sort of chugging along. Yeah. No, that's definitely the sound. And here's another couple samples of the sound. I'm just thinking about the video that I'm thinking about inserting there in the sound, and I just giggle every single time. Oh my god, I giggle every single time. All right, and now we're getting to the number one thing about this bike that I love about my Royal Enfield. All right, and here we go. Number one thing I love most about my Royal Enfield are the friends that it's helped me make. Unlike any other motorcycle, unlike any other interest that I've engaged in, aside from maybe music, I have made acquaintances and friends and the friendliest people. In fact, just before I started video recording today, I was at a stoplight and a guy on a BMW 650 GS pulled up next to me and was just in awe and in love with this motorcycle. and was just asking me questions about it while we're sitting at a traffic light, you know. We're shouting at each other through our helmets. And you know, that is for real. And the Royal Enfield friendships, we don't always see eye to eye on each other with everything, but the people that I've met riding motorcycles, in particular the Royal Enfield, that seems to bring everybody together, no matter what brand of motorcycle people like. You know, they have rivalries out there between Harley Davidson and pretty much everything else. So you got your street bike riders and you got your adventure bike riders, and they all have these little niches that they like to get into. But it doesn't seem to matter. The Royal Enfield is universal. When someone sees a Royal Enfield, they want to go and talk to someone about it. They want to come over and look at it and poke at it. And even the folks with genuine classic motorcycles here in Tucson have stalked me down upon seeing me riding through town. I don't know if you guys remember that. They actually stalked me down and said, hey, we want to invite you over to the Classic Motorcycle Club. Come on over. I was like, well, it's not classic. It's an 02, you know. Come on over anyway. They're going to dig that bike. That's really, really cool. And that's one of the things that I've liked most. All the videos I put up with my Enfield tend to be more successful than any of my other videos. Now, I may enjoy making the camping videos and the adventure videos and stuff like that, and the group rides and all that good stuff, but the truth of the matter is, man, nothing generates more attention on my YouTube channel than my Enfield videos. And if you don't believe me, the tech videos where I'm changing oil or tinkering on the bike, those things are in the tens of thousands. And none of my other videos are. So give them what they want, I guess. More Royal Enfield videos coming. But anyway, that's it. That's my number one. And thank you guys for watching. I've covered the 5 hates and 5 loves about my Royal Enfield motorcycle. And I'll get with you guys soon. We'll do the same thing for the Tiger. I got some belly aches and gripes, and I've got lots of things that I love about it too. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Just like my Norton. Same as my Triumph too. Nice.